So there's this video that came up on Twitter, and I feel like maybe we should talk about it. We know who Ian Miles Cheong is. Of course we do, because we know about our local pieces of shit. Oh wait, not local. He doesn't live in the Does he live in the US? He doesn't live in the US, right? I don't think he lives in the US. He doesn't live in the US, right? I don't think he does. I don't think so. But I know where his mouth lives, and that's on my cock. Malaysia, apparently. See, there you go. That's what I thought. Yeah, so we know about this guy. You know, just like, you know, a real piece of shit. So I retweeted this and I said, why don't you get a real job, Ian? So this motherfucker doesn't even live in the US, number one. Number two, shut up. He says, this generation is completely doomed. They can't even hold a 9-to-5 job without having a mental breakdown. Okay, so hold on. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Okay? What if it's justified for us to make fun of this young lady? What if it's justified? What if? Doubt it. Kitty, get off of your brother. He's gonna smack the shit out of you. I'm so for real. Like, he ain't... Yo. He's not gonna do anything. You could... It's not... Nothing's gonna happen. You see... It's not... Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. He's not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything. Why haven't I got you fixed yet?
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get—
Okay, hold on, real quick.
Looks like shit.
Okay. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. She said this is her first job out of college. Okay? I don't know if that means she had a job before, you know, a little something before going to college. And now that she's out of college, she's going back into the job market because she's been in college. And that was her whole job, was going to college, you know? Could have been that. Could have been her first job ever. Either way, this is either her first or second job ever over, I'm guessing, a 4+ year period. So I don't know, maybe go easy on her.
This is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest, and then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my god. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9-to-5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and like people that drive to the office, like you don't get off at 5. And I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like I literally get off, it's pitch black. Like, I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like, how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know. Like, how do you have time for like dating? Like, I don't have time for anything, and I'm like so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional. But like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
First of all, your first mistake was being a woman. Maybe you shouldn't have periods. You'd probably be less stressed. I would advise stop doing that. Gray with the cringe Ohio ass take again. You know, you can call it cringe, or you could be like, yo, cringe. No, for real. What she's describing here is what, like, I'm gonna guess, like, a majority of, especially young people, feel. And like, okay, I'm
gonna drop a hot take that people aren't gonna like.
Listen, maybe we didn't hear all this complaining about like work life until like millennials and Gen Z came along, because like previous generations, like, I don't know, had a low opinion of themselves. Maybe like they were, nah man, like I'm doing this for my family, you know, and I'm working hard for my family, you know, and I'm like such a man, bro, and like I'm so responsible, you know, and like have no life, bro, but it's for my family, bro. Coping. I got another one.
I'm gonna drop a hot take that people aren't gonna like.
The fact of the matter is that, you know, maybe in the Declaration of Independence, I believe so, it says, hold on, let me actually make sure of that, hang on. Declaration of Independence. Okay, it does say that. Okay, good. It says in the Declaration of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I don't know about y'all, but in my pursuit of happiness, it turns out that I want friends. Friends make me happy, funny enough. Living healthily, you know, makes me happy. And having the freedom to be able to engage in things that bring me life and bring me happiness, you know, liberty, you know, these things that like are unalienable rights endowed upon me by my Creator, supposedly, the Declaration of Independence. Apparently, you know, these things, you know, as much as we talk about how much we love the Constitution and our founding fathers and stuff, you're a beta cock for wanting these things, apparently. I don't know. And I think that, you know, personally, I got another one.
I'm gonna drop a hot take that people aren't gonna like.
Anything that gets in the way of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness should be illegal. What can I say? What can I say? These things that I say just make sense, you know? These things that I say. I mean, honestly, I don't find anything wrong with what she said here. She actually sounds like one of my very close friends who I was actually just talking with last night after a meeting. Chris Pierce says, she makes a valid point. We enslave ourselves for money. Dedicating 12 hours a day to a job you don't love absolutely sucks. Crane, I don't remember. She said there was nothing wrong with her job, but her problem is she doesn't have time to date and have fun because she works and has to commute. Life's hard sometimes, but this hard is better than most of the world. She needs to grow up. It's life. Do what you have to do. Do what you have to so you'll have the time you want. I said it's not life, it's capitalism. It's a man-made system that we can just change anytime, but choose not to. Because making sure people get their needs met is less profitable than treating them like property. You're essentially championing that human life doesn't have innate value. Bro, end of the day, who gonna pay for my bills and take care of my child? You? Thought so. Like I said, it's life. I'm not championing anything. I'm accepting the situation for what it is, and I'm content. If you, this girl, aren't, figure it out. Damn, dude, you're so close to getting the point. Then you just took a sharp right turn into I'm okay with being exploitedville. So this goes on for a little bit. And then I say this. And I think I might just kind of leave it here, honestly, because there's not really too much to say. Miles Cheong is a fucking absolute piece of shit and a grifter. I haven't gotten a response to this because, you know, people are small-brained, unlike me. Listen, you didn't bring an alternative. How do we fix the problem while still actively taking care of responsibilities and or just surviving? You don't have an imagination? Why does someone else have to provide the alternative, learn to dream or some shit? That's lazy. That's hilarious. You cannot criticize someone for doing something with no answer or alternative. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. That's exactly why most people are content doing things the way the system is set up. Wow. End of the day, whether you're in a corporate setting, athlete, influencer, self-employed, it's work. A very incomplete thought, but okay. No, most people aren't content, and there are alternatives, but our media apparatus suppresses such revolutionary information and condemns and demonizes wherever it pops up otherwise. That's why most Americans have no clue what socialism, communism, or anarchism even is. They get taught bastardized, bad faith misinterpretations in an education system that profits off of indoctrinating and grooming children into becoming obedient, compliant, docile, emasculated, content, conformist adults. When the truth is in the source material, which is never instructed or even read from, but is vaguely cited as unpatriotic or un-American or satanic or whatever other malevolent adjective the capitalists want leftism smeared with. Then they artificially prop up the bourgeoisie, billionaires like Elon Musk, as being the superhuman archetypes of capitalistic success, without mentioning that 90% of them aren't self-made at all, and we are taught to worship and revere them when they don't usually offer anything truly valuable. But who does? The engineers, the concept artists, the marketing teams, the actual workers, not the CEOs. You want an alternative? Go read Socialism, Utopian and Scientific by Frederick Engels and the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx, and make sure you have a dictionary nearby, because they're dry fucking reads, and start researching more from there. What is socialism? The proletariat seizing the means of production, nothing more, nothing less. The working class taking control over the resources, basic components and necessities, and the capital, which the bourgeois currently have exclusive control, and democratizing the economy. Socialism, communism, and anarchism have not been practiced, contrary to what some gnats in my face like to think, contrary to what some people might say. And historical socialist and communist countries may as well had pissed on Marx's grave. What we need to do is take every single industry and field of expertise that possesses inelastic demand and decommodify them. This means our base needs for survival, food, water, shelter, warmth, clothing, health, and medicine must be free, and I would argue education too. The economy, if we are to keep capitalism, must only be on the basis of luxury goods. Anything else holds human existence itself for ransom and makes continuing your life contingent on being subservient to an industrial monarch of the mercantile royalty called employers. If you don't do exactly what you're told, when, where, and how you're told to do it without any hesitation or pushback, as you're told to do it by said employer, you lose that job. You lose the only way to buy survival. You starve to death in an alley. It's inherently anti-democratic and anti-human, and it needs to be recognized as such. Capitalism is evil. It is what it is. And in my opinion, to view it as not that is either ignorant, sociopathic, or sadomasochistic. But it is overall childish and foolish. The equation is simple. More money you have, more power you have. More power you have, more freedom you have. If anyone has more freedom than another person, then freedom doesn't actually exist. So capitalism is, by definition, tyranny, and meritocracy is also a myth. So I don't even want to hear that make-believe bullshit. I am Karl Marx reincarnated. Suck my cock. It's just sad to me, man, that like people are so used to being bottoms for the ultra powerful that like they view that position as not being that, It's not being a slave or anything, you know. No. You have agency over your life, you know. And you're not being a bottom. You're not being submissive and breedable for these ultra mega wealthy billionaires, who, by the way, probably have their own private pedophile island somewhere in the world that no one knows about. No. You're not being a beta cuck, you know. No. You are being a go-getter. You're on that hustle, work hard, grind set, right? You know, you're a go-getter. You know what you want, and that is to make us more money. That's what you want, you know. And we're taught that from cradle to fucking grave. And then next thing you know, you're on your deathbed with basically nothing to show for anything. And then, you know, you're gonna look back at times like these and be like, wow, bro, I really wish I took more time off of work and I embraced my PTO and maybe even lied about my sick days. Fuck it, dude. I should spend time more so with my friends and family than these, you know, than toiling away for these ultimately useless pieces of shit who get handouts from me, the actual hardworking worker. This is me to the oligarchs and shit.
Since you're new here, I'm gonna cut you a break today. So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Better yet, why don't you make like Hitler and BOW! If you know what I mean. And then I'll like find your perma-sleeping person, you know, who's no longer a person because you're no longer there, but you're physically there, but not in any other way or plane of existence. And I'll look upon you and say,
Looks like shit.